What's up, everybody? Welcome to another monthly ranking video. This is a catch-up monthly ranking video, and that is welcome to my first watches of August 2024. Yeah, since I didn't get to do this in the beginning of the month, because I wasn't on YouTube again yet. Yeah, I thought I'd share this. Sorry, it's been a little while since I haven't not only uploaded this, but since I haven't uploaded a video. I just been busy, you know, and I'm not like 100% on this. I kind of have like some allergies and other stuff. My energy's not very high in this video. I apologize, but I still owe you guys a video. And I think I did, however, say that my next video would probably be my Lord of the Rings review. Well, or plans have changed now. I am not going to review the Lord of the Rings now. Maybe if when I rewatch them, I might do a review, but I'm not going to do a review right now, anytime soon. Instead, I will be talking about those movies in this ranking video. But let me go ahead and say I did enjoy the Lord of the Rings movies. I thought they were very good, a little flawed, I will admit, because I don't think they're masterpieces like a lot of other people say they are. I had some issues, I'll get into some of those issues whenever I get to each movie. My memory is a little fuzzy because it's been a little while, especially on the first movie. It's pretty fuzzy, but I'll do my best. But overall, great films. Yeah, I'll get to those when I get to those. So, all right. So for August, I watched 10 movies, from my least favorite to favorite. So let's waste no time. Let's go ahead and get started. This might be a long video because I'll be talking about the Lord of the Rings movies, but let's get started. Okay, coming at number 10, we have the first of two Richard Linklater films on here. In fact, I'm almost done with Richard Linklater. The only one I have left is what's it called? Mia Orson Welles. As long as he doesn't release another movie when it comes to that time when I release that ranking video, then hopefully sometime soon. I just need to get a hold of that. I just need to get my hands on that movie. I haven't been able to find it yet. But anyways, I did watch two Richard Linklater films, including this one. My number 10 is Everybody Wants Some. I gotta be honest, this movie disappointed me. I wanted to like this movie, and I liked moments. Of this movie. I really liked Zoe Deutch, is that her name? Her character, I really liked her, and she's awesome. Blake Jenner, the lead, he was okay. I thought his chemistry with Zoe was really good, and Glenn Powell was pretty good too. I do like Glenn Powell. That was about it. That was like the only characters I liked, and the rest of the characters I didn't care for. This movie is about college jocks who play baseball, and I didn't even know that going into the movie. I did hear that it was similar to Dazed and Confused, and it kind of is, but yeah, it's not as good as Dazed and Confused, which I'm not the biggest fan of Dazed and Confused either, but I will admit that's a good movie, and I rather rewatch that than this movie. I don't know. Overall, I didn't love this movie. It just, didn't love it, didn't hate it, but yeah, it exists, so yeah, there's that. Everybody Wants Some is my number 10. Number 9 is the other Richard Linklater movie I watched, and that is Where Do You Go, Bernadette? This one was better. I kind of liked this a little, but I didn't love the story, to be honest. I thought the story was kind of bland and just Characters not too exciting either. I kind of liked the daughter. She was pretty cool, but I don't know. Bernadette as a character I didn't love, although Cate Blanchett played her very well, but Cate Blanchett is a great actress, and she'll appear again because I got the Lord of the Rings movies. What's his name? Billy Crudup. He's okay, I guess. Kristen Wiig was in this, and whatever. Yeah, I didn't love this movie either, but I liked it slightly better than Everybody Wants Some. I remember the ending being good. The ending was good, unlike Everybody Wants Some. I forgot to mention that. I did not like the ending to Everybody Wants Some. It just ended, just out of nowhere. Like, it was like, as soon as, like, Blake Jenner and Zoe Deutch got together, like, right after that, it ended. And I'm like, what? I want to see their relationship. What the fuck? I don't know. It pissed me off. That ending pissed me off. This one was pretty good, though. The ending to Bernadette was pretty good. But, anyways, overall as a movie, it was just okay. I didn't love it. Didn't hate it. Just like Everybody Wants Some, but it was fine. Yeah, Where'd You Go, Bernadette is number 9. Okay, coming at number 8, we have the first of 2 in a trilogy. I'm not going to say the first one because I already seen that movie and I love that movie, but I figured I'd watch the sequels to that movie. So my number 8 is the second installment of this certain trilogy. That's next Friday. Yeah, of course, part of the Friday trilogy. I love the first Friday, so I figured I'd give the sequels a chance, and I thought Next Friday was pretty funny. I didn't love it. I don't know. There's some stuff that I kind of thought they made some bad decisions. Like, they went nowhere with, like, Craig's love interests in this movie. Like, that didn't go anywhere at all. So, but you know, there's some good moments in it. I enjoyed it, but it is my least favorite. It's the second installment, but it is my least favorite in the trilogy. Of course, the first one's my favorite. That's actually a really good movie. These two, they're not great, but they're at least enjoyable. They're still funny. So, yeah, and this one was funny, but yeah, didn't love it, but it was. I still enjoyed it for what it was. So yeah, Next Friday is my number 8. Coming at number 7, we have a movie that took me a long time to watch. A lot of people kept telling me that I should watch this. Finally did, and I just thought it was pretty good. I didn't love it, but it was pretty good. That's The Fifth Element. Mostly the best things about I liked were Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich. They were great, and they had great chemistry, and I loved Mila Jovovich's character. And she looked so sexy in this movie. but and Bruce Willis's character was okay, but I did like their chemistry together at least, and he did a good job in the movie. Gary Oldman was good, but I didn't love the character all that much. I think he was the villain, and he did like a really weird accent, like it was kind of southern, and I'm like, what? It was so bizarre. And also Chris Tucker as well's in the movie, and a lot of people hate Chris Tucker's character in this movie. I don't know, he was kind of funny. I kind of enjoyed him. So yeah, but I enjoyed The Fifth Element. It was kind of weird, I will admit. It was kind of a weird movie, but I will admit this next movie's a little weirder. but yeah, The Fifth Element, pretty decent movie, and that's my number 7. Okay, coming at number 6, yeah, this honestly I think is probably the weirdest movie on the list, and that is Friday After Next, the third installment of the Friday trilogy, and the weirdest installment in the Friday trilogy. I like this better than Next Friday because it was weirder. That's basically why. In terms of like greatness, they're about even. They're just okay, I guess. But I liked this slightly better because it was weirder, especially Cat Williams and Terry Crews. If you know, you know. Like, what the fuck? That was so bizarre. It went one way. I will say it went one way in a kind of uncomfortable way, but it went another way that was also kind of uncomfortable. Well, actually, it was very uncomfortable, but a little more satisfying though. But it was still like, what? If you've seen the movie, you should know what I'm talking about. And I'll just say, poor Terry Crews's testicles. That's. But yeah, it's also a Christmas movie, which is interesting. But yeah, Friday After Next. I don't know. It was a lot weirder. So yeah. That's my number 6 is Friday After Next. All right, so now we're in the top 5, and now we're getting into the Lord of the Rings movies. So okay, coming in at number 5, we have my least favorite Lord of the Rings movie as of right now, at least. And some might get mad that's my least favorite. I don't know. I have heard some people say it's their favorite, but it's not the majority's favorite. And I don't know. This one just like this. I remember I gave a 7 when I first saw it, and then I gave the other 2. I gave them an 8 out of 10. But my memory's a little fuzzier on this one than the others, but I'll talk about what I remember about it at least. So my number 5, my least favorite Lord of the Rings movie as of right now is the first installment, The Fellowship of the Rings. Yeah, okay, so yeah, like I remember thinking, I was like, yeah, this is a pretty good start to the trilogy. But it only got a 7, and I kind of expected the others to get a 7, but no, I actually liked them slightly. Well, actually, I liked them a lot better. This one, I don't know, just what I remember, not a whole lot happened in it. I mean, of course, there's stuff that happened, but I don't know, just not enough like memorable moments. At least for me in this movie. Like the thing I think I remember the most was how much Bilbo Baggins was kind of a douche in the beginning of the movie. But yeah, other than that, I don't remember much. But I thought it was good. I do remember the ending being pretty good. I liked how this one ended. It was pretty cool. It was a good like cliffhanger ending, and yeah. So let me go ahead and talk about some stuff that I liked about these movies as a whole. So, just real quick, basic rundown. So, okay, Peter Jackson did a great direction with these films, without a doubt. The cinematography is beautiful, very beautiful, and the cast phenomenal as well. I think everybody was pretty good for what they got. Like Orlando Bloom's not a great actor, but I thought he was pretty good as Legolas, although I didn't love Legolas as a character, but I did think he had great chemistry with Gimli and Aragorn. And those actors, it was Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn, and then you got John Rhys Davis as Gimli. Yeah, but the three of them as that trio was phenomenal. Anyways, but all the performances were great. I'll get more into the characters in a bit, but honestly, I think Elijah Wood might have gave the best performance out of this entire trilogy. I was very impressed by Elijah Wood in these films. He was so good as Frodo. So fucking good. He was very, very good. I loved him so much. I also loved Cate Blanchett again. Talked about her earlier, but yeah, she was great. Her character was pretty cool. Not in it a lot. I think she's in this one the most, if I remember correctly. But yeah. And Liv Tyler was pretty good. I didn't love her character, but she's great to look at. So, Gandalf I loved because he reminded me of Dumbledore from Harry Potter. Ironically, I'm wearing a Harry Potter shirt. Go figure. But He reminded me of him because, I mean, not just because they're both wizards. They both have, long white beards. That's not why. But they had the exact same He had the exact same attitude and personality as Dumbledore. Let's face it, both Gandalf and Dumbledore are douchebags. They are. They're so full of themselves, and I love it. Like, they know how powerful they are. So, they're just so egotistical. It's hilarious. That's like some of the humor. Like, these movies have some pretty good humor, I will say. Like, the intentional humor was really good. And I thought Gimli was probably the funniest character. But Gandalf was the funniest unintentional character. I know he wasn't really supposed to be funny, but he was. He came off as funny to me. So yeah, in these films. But what's his name? What was the actor who played him? Ian McKellen. Yeah, Ian McKellen was great. Oh yeah, Sean Astin as Samwise Gamgee was great. The actors who played Merry and Pippin were good. Christopher Lee was very good, but I didn't love his character. In fact, I don't even think he was in the third movie at all, was he? I don't remember seeing him in the third movie. And I just didn't really like his character, but he did do a great performance. So Christopher Lee was a fantastic actor. So favorite characters. Frodo I really enjoyed. Gimli was one of the funniest characters in my opinion, like I said. Aragorn was really cool. Gandalf was funny. Merry and Pippin grew on me. I didn't really care too much for them at first, but as the movies kept going, I enjoyed them very much. I thought they were very good characters by the end of the film. And also this, let's see, she's on the cover of the second movie. I don't know her name, but this chick right here, I loved her. She was phenomenal. She was, and in the second movie, she was okay, but in the third movie, she became a badass. I don't know who the actress is. She did a great job, but I was kind of making jokes to myself that she kind of looked a bit like Heather Graham, and I was like calling her Dollar Store Heather Graham. But then when that movie showed up, I called her Little Miss Badass because she was. If you've seen the movies, you just know what I'm talking about. She was awesome. I loved her. But you know what? My personal favorite character, my number one character, and it's the one I'm saving for last because I didn't bring him up, but that is actually Gollum / Smeagol. I mean, they're kind of two characters in one, but I love a good split personality character, and Gollum / Smeagol was fantastic. I knew about Gollum. I didn't know about Smeagol. Smeagol, of course, is the good one, while Gollum was evil. I just knew about Gollum, but wow, he was so good. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the first movie, but in the next two, he was phenomenal, and especially in the second movie. I loved him in the second movie, especially. Like, my favorite scene in this entire trilogy is the scene where Smeagol and Gollum are talking to each other, and I love how they edited it too. Like, they switched camera angles, even though it's just one character, but still it made it look like it was two characters, and it was really cool. It was really well done. I loved how they did that. Yeah. Stuff I was kind of iffy about, for one thing, I didn't love all the effects for it. Some of them were really good. Some of the CGI was really good, but then some of it was kind of what I call yikes. Didn't age well. There were some moments with Golem that didn't even age well, in terms of the CGI. Like, well, that scene I was talking about, he looked great in that scene. But like some like farther away shots, like whenever he's walking with uh, Frodo and Sam, he was like he didn't look too great there. But this was early 2000s, so what are you going to do? Okay, one thing I should mention, I forgot to mention another performance, but that's of course, what's his name, Andy Serkis as Golem slash. Actually, now that I think about it, I thought I heard that he might have not did the voice of Golem. He might have just did Schmeagol, maybe. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't look that up, but I thought I saw that somewhere, and that's if that's the case, that's really interesting. But anyways, but he was fantastic though, without a doubt. I think he did the multi capture too, didn't he? I maybe he might have. I don't know, but yeah. And there was some of the effects weren't too great. I thought the eagles at the end of the last movie, a little spoilers, but after they throw the ring in and the eagles come in, they looked a little yikes. I didn't love that. There were some pacing issues too, and like editing wasn't all too great. Some of it was good, but like some of the action scenes of the editing wasn't And there's one scene. Oh, the music was great. I forgot to mention that, but I did like the music. But okay, there was one scene I did not like. You know what? Okay, we'll get there when we get there. It's in the last movie, but okay, you know what? Never mind. I'll just go ahead and move on. Because we still got more movies. We got a different movie after this. After I talk about this one, but in between this and the next Lord of the Rings movie. But okay, so Fellowship of the Ring is my number 5. So I'll get to the next Lord of the Rings movie in a minute. But first, let's talk about this movie. So my number 4 is a Christopher Nolan film. A director who I used to hate. After this movie, after rewatching Memento, I don't anymore. But that is his debut film, Following. After watching this movie, I'm starting to somewhat come around Nolan. I'm not looking forward to the later movies, but I'm curious about Oppenheimer though. But yeah, but Following was really good, like surprisingly really good, and I think it's underrated. I don't know, maybe people didn't love it because it's short, maybe because it is only like 60 something minutes. It's only 69 minutes. Haha. But nice. Yeah. But yeah, 69 minutes. It's only that long, and I guess it could have been longer, but I don't know. I didn't even mind that runtime, to be honest. I actually kind of enjoyed it, and I thought this was a really decent movie. A decent directorial debut. I don't know who the actors are, but they were all great. The overall story was really good. I wasn't expecting I wasn't really expecting where it was going to go, but I loved like the twist in this. The twists. There are like multiple twists in this film. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I like Memento better, but this movie is really good. I rewatched Memento after this, and that went up to a 9. I think that was even a 7 or before, but now it's a 9. I love Memento, and this one's an 8, but very good film. I really enjoyed Following, and that's my number 4. Okay, now we'll talk about the next Lord of the Rings movie. At number 3, we have the movie I think most people would say was their least favorite. I mean, their favorite, and it was the only Best Picture winner out of the 3, and that is Return of the King. Okay, I'll go and talk about that scene. There's a scene in this movie that I did not like at all. It just came off as corny, even a little cringy, kind of funny, but not in the way it's, not in an intentional way. It was, so, spoilers, but it was the scene close to the end of the film when, after Frodo woke up from his coma. Yeah, it was that scene. Now, some people might get mad and be like, well, it's a happy moment. I get that. I get it's a happy moment. I get that they're all happy to see each other. And I don't mind that. But how it was presented was really bad. That was like the only bad scene I thought in the entire trilogy was like, wasn't it like some of it in slow motion too or something? I don't know, but Frodo wakes up from his coma. I think Gandalf is the first person that he sees, which is a relief. And when I first saw that part, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Because he didn't even know Gandalf. He thought he died, at the end of the first movie. But he didn't. Anyways, he sees Gandalf and he's like, Gandalf, and he's like laughing, and that was kind of funny. But and then I think it's Merry and Pippin comes in. They're jumping on the bed, hugging him, and then I was like, okay. And then the rest of them came in, fucking the trio, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas all come in, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And then Sam, of course, too. I get it. Because they're happy to see each other. Because they didn't... aside from Frodo and Sam, but they didn't see the rest of them until that moment, which was crazy, because they were only together in the first movie. I understand that. That makes sense. It's just the way... I don't even blame the actors either. Like, I thought they did a fair job there. It was just the way it was edited, the music, it was so corny. And I kind of hated it, honestly. And you know what? That might be the reason why this is my least favorite. Because other than that scene, this was a very good movie. In fact, I didn't even have too many issues with the ending. I mean, with after, because a lot of people complain about, there's still, like, after he throws the ring in the volcano, the movie should be over, but yet we still got like however many minutes left. I heard it was like 40 minutes left. Maybe that's the extended version. I don't know, but I don't think it was 40 minutes in the theatrical. Maybe 20, but it still went by kind of quick, and I thought it was pretty, aside from that scene, because I was a part of it, but like others, I thought it was pretty cool, although I will say the movie should have ended on the shot of the boat leaving, not with Sam and his wife. And that's another thing too. I didn't really like that aspect, that Sam married this woman, which I'm assuming that she was in the first movie, like in the beginning, but I don't remember her. But he talked out of nowhere. I remember he talked about, I think it was before they threw the ring in. Sam was talking about this woman that he liked and he wanted to marry her. And then whenever Frodo, Sam, Merry and Pippin all went back to the village, Sam decided to get with that woman, and then they got married. You know what, though? Before that, it kind of seemed like Sam was in love with Frodo. And I was for that. I was like, okay. But then all of a sudden, he gets with this woman, and they get married and have kids. And I'm like, wait, what? Then why are you... I mean, maybe it wasn't intentional, but it really felt like Sam was in love with Frodo. It really felt that way. Is he just a closeted homosexual then? Like, It really seemed that way, and I don't know. I'm sure that wasn't intentional that he was in love with them, but it did come across that way, and I didn't like that either. The fact that he got married to a woman, and also the fact that they ended with them and not the boat whenever Frodo left. Like, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, other than stuff like that, this movie was very good. But because of some of that stuff, it's not my favorite in the trilogy. We'll get to that after the next movie. I like it. Weirdly enough, I put a movie in between each Rings movie, but yeah, Return of the King. It was a good conclusion to the trilogy. A very good conclusion, but it's not my favorite. But it is my second favorite, and my third in this ranking. But yeah, Return of the King is number 3. So now we'll get to the next movie that isn't a Lord of the Rings movie. My number 2 is a movie that most of you might never heard of, and from a director you might never heard of. The director, let's see, what's her name? Kelly Reichardt. Hard. I don't know, but especially after watching this movie, she's a director I'm on the lookout for. She directed movies such as First Cow, Showing Up, Certain Women, Old Joy, Meek's Cutoff, and this movie. My number 2 is Wendy and Lucy. My first introduction to her films. I actually heard about this movie on a certain podcast that I watch. What was it? Cinnabons, I think they're called. And one of the guys on there, like they were doing like their top 5 favorite, each of them their top 5 favorite movies of the 2000s. One of them put this movie at number 1, and at the time I never even heard of this movie. But yeah, Wendy and Lucy, and it stars Michelle Williams. And she is phenomenal. I loved her in this movie, and this is just a simple movie. There is a story in there, but it's mostly just a simple like independent film about a woman and her dog going around. She says that she's on her way to Alaska, and she has no home. She does have a car, but then it breaks down, and yeah, Wendy's the woman and Lucy's her dog, and you could tell that she loves her dog. And then one day while she was going into this supermarket, she was saving up money, so she was actually stealing dog food, and then she got arrested. She tied Lucy up outside. After she got arrested, then once they released her, she went back to the supermarket and Lucy was gone. And the rest of the movie is her trying to find Lucy. And and I have to say, as somebody who actually used to hate dogs, I don't hate dogs anymore, but I used to hate them. I am still more of a cat person, if you don't know. You've seen some of my cats on the channel in some of my videos. I love cats a lot more than dogs. But I'm starting to kind of come around dogs though. Like, as long as they're not barking at me or whatever, I'm fine. They're cool. But as someone who's not like a big dog person, watching this movie, this kind of did hit me a little bit. I mean, I didn't cry, but it did kind of hit me a little bit, like, emotionally. I'm like, wow, like, I really felt for this woman, caring about this dog that she loves that I don't necessarily love, but I still felt, her emotions and stuff. And Michelle Williams was phenomenal in this role, like I said. And also a little shout out to Wally Dalton. I'm not familiar with the actor, but I really liked his character. He was a security guard at this I don't know, like a bank or something, but he was like the coolest character ever. He was so nice, and like he was kind of helping her a little bit because she didn't have a cell phone, but he did. So, you know, so he let her use it and to try to find Lucy. And yeah, he was great. I loved him. And yeah, this movie's really good. It has a sad ending. I'm not going to spoil, although I did spoil Lord of the Rings for you. Sorry, but no, just go watch this movie. It does kind of have a sad ending. I'll go and say the dog didn't die. I'll just say that. But still, very good movie. Very good movie, and I highly recommend it. It's pretty kind of like Following. It's pretty short too. Not as short as Following, but this is only 80 minutes long. But very good. Very good film. I highly recommend it. Maybe on second watch I might give it a 9. It's an 8 right now, but I loved this movie. I liked it a lot, at least. It was really good. Yeah, anyways. And that would have been my number 1 if it wasn't for the last Lord of the Rings movie I'll be talking about. But yeah, Wendy and Lucy is my number 2. And if you should know, you should be keeping up with what my favorite is. My number 1 favorite movie that I watched for the first time in August, and my favorite Lord of the Rings movie is The Two Towers. And it's mostly because of Gimli / Smeagol, which I don't like how he looks. I don't really care for this poster, to be honest, and I hate how he looks on here. But anyways, but no, this one was my favorite. I loved every minute with Gollum / Smeagol, along with Frodo and Sam. Like, the 3 of them together. Actually, I should say the 4 of them together. Yeah, that was great. And you know what? Let me go back to Return for a second. The opening of Return was amazing. With how Smeagol became Gollum. That was awesome. I loved that. That was an amazing opening to this movie. But anyways, yeah, you know, that stuff was definitely my favorite parts about it. But I actually even enjoyed some of the other parts in the movie with Aragorn, with the trio and Gandalf coming back. It was a little confusing because there was like a lot happened in this one, a lot. But I gotta say, I enjoyed most of it. I don't know. This one, in my opinion, was kind of the more entertaining one. Return was too, but I kind of thought that this was a little more entertaining, and it didn't have a corny scene in it. So there we go. But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people will say that this is their least favorite. I think they'll still say it's very good, but because they'll say the entire trilogy is very good. But however, they will say that they like the other 2 better. Right now, I disagree. This one's my favorite. I loved Two Towers, and I don't know. Honestly, I won't be surprised if it still remains my favorite when I rewatch these movies. Because I feel like I'm going to rewatch them at least once a year, maybe. I'm thinking I'll probably give them another watch next year. But anyways, you know, overall, like I said, very good trilogy. I had some issues, but I still thought they were good movies, and it took me a long time to watch them, mostly because I was afraid of the runtime of these movies, because they are long. They are very long, but I will say, like, they're paced fairly well. A couple scenes are kind of go on for a little too long. I remember I didn't love every piece of dialogue. Like, whenever it was just, like, dialogue scenes, I didn't love all of them. Some of them were good. I thought, like, all the scenes with, you know, Gimli / Smeagol, Frodo and Sam, those were good. Those had good dialogue. I loved those. But like some of the others, you know, kind of, you know. But overall, great story, great characters, and great cast, and great music, and overall, just really good movies. Maybe even great movies. Like, yeah, I will say it's a great trilogy. Not my favorite trilogy. That would be the Before trilogy. Different kind of movies, of course, but still. But yeah, I did like the Lord of the Rings trilogy a lot. Two Towers is my favorite, and this one is my number one favorite movie that I watched for the first time of August 2024. All right, there we go. So yeah, there's my ranking and / review of the Lord of the Rings movies, but my ranking for the first watches of August 2024. So, all right, in the comments, tell me, give me your favorites. I'm sure Lord of the Rings will be some of your favorites, but the other movies. What other movies did you like that was on this ranking? And sure, give me your thoughts about the Lord of the Rings movies. Sorry I was late to the game, those of y'all who are fans, and I'm sorry I didn't like that one scene. But yeah, but I still like these movies, so don't hate me. But anyways, yeah, put all that stuff in the comments. Again, I'm sorry I didn't put out a review for this. I got other things going on and other things in mind for the channel that I want to do soon. Like, I'm currently working on my updated Tim Burton ranking, so that one I'm still in the middle of rewatching. I'm on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory now. I was like watching other movies in between them, but I'll try to speed it up so I can get that ranking, that updated ranking out for you guys very soon. Hopefully next week. Should be. Hopefully. But yeah, maybe by next Friday. Or Saturday. Sorry, it's Saturday maybe. But anyways, I got that going on. I also am going to sometime next month. After I release that video, and also, of course, I'll have to release the ranking for this month's first watches. But I will also do my updated top 100 favorite movies list. I was going to do my top 100 favorite albums list before that, but because it's getting close to a year from my last top 100, I figure I should probably get that going very soon. And that will be in 10 parts, unlike the last one, which was only 4 parts. I will only be talking about 10 movies in each video. But anyways, look out for those. So, alright, please like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, peace.